Okay, we're going to do a series of tests here on the Newport Vessels NK180, the NK180 Pro, and the NK300. The first test we'll do is a speed test. Right now we have the NK180 hooked up, ready to go, and we'll see what the top speed of it is. Looks like we're topping out at 5 miles an hour, which is pretty well what I'm used to on the NK180. With me in this kayak, a Pro Angler 14, and me being about 270 pounds. Watts we're using, about just over 500 watts. Okay, we'll go around back to the other direction. Same results go in the other direction, 4.9, 5 mile an hour. The next test we're going to do, I just want to see what the wattage use is at, let's say, 50%, and we'll go 75%. See how that works. Okay, at 50% throttle, we're using 174 watts. The speed is 3.8 miles an hour. Now we'll turn her up to 75. Okay, we're at, let's say 74%. Watt usage is 385, thereabouts. Speed 4.5 mile an hour. Now we have the new Newport Vessels NK180 Pro on. We'll run the same series of tests. Top speed, both ways. and then we'll see what the wattage usage is at 50% and at 70%, and we'll see what the wattage usage is at full throttle as well. %, 600 watts, 5.4, 5.5, both. So it looks like it's about a half a mile faster than the 180. Okay, now we're gonna test it at 50% throttle. 50% throttle, only 46 watts. Do it 2.8. Let's move it up to 70%. Sorry, 74%, just like the last time. %, 4.3 miles an hour, 158 watts. See what the difference is as we increase the throttle on this. Alright. Let's just see what, get it up to 5 mile an hour and see what kind of wattage we're using. Okay, 90% will give us 5 miles an hour, 5.1, only using 365 watts. So to do the same speed as the 180, we're definitely using less wattage. One thing I do notice is that it's definitely easier to tune in the lower speeds. So depending on what trolling speed you like, I find that this one's a lot easier to tune in to the exact speed you want over the previous 180. Okay, now we got the big dog on, the NK300. We'll run the same tests, full throttle, top speed, 50% throttle for power consumption and 75% throttle for power consumption. Again, we'll note the power consumption at full throttle as well. 1300 watts, 6.3. It touches 6.4 once in a while. Definitely a lot more torque on this motor. We'll run it back the other way. %, throttle, 460 watts, 5.2 mile an hour, 5.3. Let's bump it up to 75. $74 again, 830 watts, 5.8, 7. So I thought I'd do a little wrap up back here in the garage and give you my thoughts. I'm not going to try to sway you which one is the best for you, but I'll just give you a few thoughts on it. So the NK180 is the motor that I've started with and still love it to this day. It's great for weedy areas. The smaller prop helps keep the weeds off. I usually get anywhere right around 4.9 miles an hour anyways with me. I'm a bigger guy, 270 pounds, and a Pro Angler 14. Depending on your hull design and everything else, you probably get a little bit more speed out of it. When it comes the next, I ended up with the NK300, and that one is a speed demon, torque monster, I guess you could call it. It gets you through the water at a good clip anyways, and I found it fairly efficient in the slower speeds compared to the 180. I think when I initially did my comparisons back a while ago, in order to get 5 miles an hour, it was actually using less watts than what the NK180 was. Now that we have the NK180 Pro, the numbers, I'll show you the chart right here, the comparison to them all. Definitely notice a little bit of torque difference between the NK180 and the NK180 Pro. For me, I get about a half mile faster than the NK180, and there's definitely some efficiencies in regards to power consumption. When it comes to your choice, I guess it all depends on what you're looking for. If top speed is what you're looking for, the NK300 will be the motor for you. It comes with a little bit harder to find the 36 volt batteries, and they're a little bit pricier. So it depends if that's what you're if the speed makes a big difference to you, then you don't mind spending the little extra cost on it. With respect to the NK180 Pro, there's definitely a lot of efficiencies there. Again, a half mile faster than the NK180. It's about a mile per hour with me. It's slower than the NK300. And the batteries are a lot more readily available in the 24 volts. So, and I guess when it comes with the efficiency, I like to use a 50 amp hour battery as kind of my go-to for these motors. I've never run one down during a full day on the water. So now with the efficiencies of the NK180 Pro, definitely won't need to. And you may even be able to step down a bit to a 40 or a 30, depending on your usage, and maybe save a few bucks. That's all I've got to say on these. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, leave them down below. I'll leave some links to the Newport Vessels, and there's a discount code there. It'll give you 10% off. As it stands right now, with this video just going out, they are not offering any discounts on the NK180 Pro just as of yet, but my understanding is at some point in time they will be. Thanks for watching.